Hello, I'm Mark Holmes, the editorial director of Via Satellite. We've just concluded Via Satellite Awards, and we've actually announced our first ever two-time winner for the Satellite Executive of the Year. And actually, he was at the first one that I ever did a few years ago was Matt Desch, the CEO of Iridium, and I think it's 8 years later we're back again talking, and you've won the award for the second time. So, first question: how does it feel?
Well, I'm honored and humbled. Obviously, this is a unexpected honor. I have to say it's maybe with the $3 billion Iridium Next program that I've been involved with now over the last 12 or 13 years. I felt a lot of satisfaction with it, but this was certainly sort of the icing on the cake for my year. So it's really nice to get this honor. Thank you.
Well, firstly, on behalf of the Via Satellite team, it's tremendously well deserved. We've all watched in wonder the achievements of Iridium Next over the last few years. It's been one of the ongoing stories in our industry. Can you just put it into some perspective what you feel? And I know you spoke about it in your speech about being a team effort, but what you and your team have achieved over the last few years with Iridium Next, and how you feel you've almost maybe redefined the industry somewhat.
Well, it is a team effort, first of all, and not just my team at Iridium, but our technology partners, our distribution partners, the ecosystem around the world that uses our products. So it clearly was a team effort to get to here. They had to believe, they had to provide financing, they had to provide the technology to get there. But I do think that's sort of an industry award in some ways. I really feel like I hope we've been an inspiration a bit to the new space world, that there is a future, even while difficult, that you can persist and I've often said I feel like we're the first successful new space company that has a LEO satellite system that actually is making money and producing cash and is a successful company. It's not easy to get there. Space is hard. Yeah. There's a lot of challenges along the way. It's never what the plan was when you started, but you have to just keep putting one foot in front of the other and keep progressing. And I'm really proud of the team and everything that has got us to this point.
And if I could just sort of take a step back, because I think, like me, you came from the telecoms world. Mm-hmm. And what have been sort of your sort of observations? I mean, you've been in the satellite industry, probably like me, a little bit, I guess around a decade or now. What are your observations of this industry and where you think it's going to go next?
Well, I've been part of the startup of the mobile terrestrial world, and that had become such a big industry, but it had commoditized so heavily, and there wasn't a lot of innovation that I was seeing happening, certainly in the core and the equipment. When I came to the satellite industry 13 years ago now, it was sort of in a transitional period. The heady days of the 90s, led by a bankruptcy of our predecessor company in 99, launchers were low. There was a little bit of a depression in the industry. It just didn't feel like the vibrancy that we had. In the last couple of years, I've really seen that attitude back. I've seen business models, I've seen investment come back. I think, like I said, I hope we were inspirational of that, but we certainly were a recipient of that, as well as good business models were starting to be funded. I think there's sort of an energy right now in the industry we haven't seen before. So it's, I believe we're getting to that level that I remembered really in the wireless world too.
And while this award and you winning today is very much a celebration of what you've done and over the last few years, and particularly in the last year, I think we should also talk about the future, because Iridium Next, even in its title, it has the word next. So what do you see now as the next phase of Iridium, and what are you most looking forward to and leading the company into that phase?
Yeah, it was about a year ago I suddenly realized, wait a minute, we could actually complete this thing. We could have 8 successful launches, get 75 satellites. It was going to transition, and we had to start looking down the road and, getting the whole company kind of moving towards exploiting the power of this brand new network has been sort of what we've been about. In fact, we're spending a lot of time right now looking at what we're going to look like in 5 years. It's a platform, really, more than anything else. It's some exciting new products and services are coming about. Our partners are coming in and taking advantage of it. And really our future is kind of unlimited right now. So it's an exciting part to look ahead and really see the potential of a really successful and profitable business.
And can you give us you spoke about looking at where the company might be in 5 years' time? Can you give us any hints, any sort of observations?
Well,
A bit more detail.
it's amazing when you go from spending $3 billion to making $3 billion. The latter is a lot more rewarding. It also creates a lot more opportunity. As we've said, we're going to be rewarding our shareholders a bit, and the investors of this system, and obviously that will, as a public company, be one aspect of it. But we also finally have sort of currency to be able to invest in new areas ourselves. And I'm enjoying the show in terms of some of the business relationships and potential partnerships that we can see going out in the future of new things that we can do to build off of this platform and into new areas that are related to what we're doing. Overall, though, it's hard to see. 5 years is still a long time away. A lot can happen. I think we're in a great place to participate in the industry going forward. So I'm just excited as much about the last 5 as I have been about the last 12.
And final couple of questions. I mean, you mentioned some new market opportunities. I think that's a big theme of the show. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, a few years ago, particularly when we had the big geo operators, the conversations were really focused on video broadcast, and now when you come to a satellite show, it's obviously much less, and looking at these other verticals, whether it's maritime, IFC, agriculture, mining, other things. Are you confident that satellite can, not just Iridium, but the industry in general, can make an impact in verticals that traditionally it's really not been a part of?
Well, I think we're seeing that today. I mean, I think we're seeing an extension of satellite, maybe not replacing wireless and wireline technologies, but certainly augmenting it more and more. In our case, we've gone from being a satellite phone company, if you will, from a long time ago, to being an IoT company, to really being a connectivity company, going from consumers to enterprise to governments and all kinds of technologies. I'm seeing the same thing with some of the new networks in terms of their business cases are really trying to drive the cost down in a way that can serve a lot of applications that have not been there. We're at a core an IoT company now. I mean, that's sort of our DNA at this point, and really connecting everything on the planet. I don't think we would have expected that 10 or 15 years ago, that we would really be part of that. So now we look forward and we just think of all the applications and what we can make more efficient. It's really exciting right now. So I think satellites are here to stay.
Fantastic. And just sort of finally, just some wrap-up comments, winning this award, and what this means to you and your team. And
well, I mean, we're very proud. I'm a lot older than the last time. I'm a little grayer. That's what this industry does to you. But it's fun. It's fun to celebrate with the members of the team, with the industry, with our partners. I'm personally very humbled by all this, and I appreciate the honor. But there's so much still to do. So it's not like I can go rest. I got to go back to work here now.
Fantastic. Well, Matt, as I said at the start, on behalf of all of the VIA Satellite team, as well as the Satellite Show, we congratulate you as an individual for winning this award, but also your team and your partners. Iridium has been a fantastic story for us to write about and cover, and I can say as an editor, we like to write about success stories. We like to write about companies that are making a difference in this industry, and Iridium has definitely been a company that has somewhat redefined what this industry can do, and again, congratulate you once again, and wish you and the company every success in the future.
Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it.
All the best.
Thank you. Great.